Okay, so the first thing it tells you when you pop in the game, it says select game. I mean, there's only one game available. I don't know why it tells you to select a game. So, don't know what to press. I mean, we have the overlay to help us. But if you look on the cartridge, it says Quest for the Rings, press Ringmaster. So, okay, that's essentially a spacebar. And then this comes up. So basically, this is how you choose your characters. Right now it says Warrior, so if you want to be the Warrior, you hit the button. Now it says Wizard. If you want to be the Wizard, you hit the button. I'll be the Phantom. So it basically scrolls through the 4 different types, and then when the type comes up you want, you just hit the button, and then it kind of goes through. So basically it just scrolls through, and it plays that annoying music. Basically it just goes through all the different names until you find the one you want, press the button, that's kind of what they had for a character select screen, especially back in days of the Odyssey 2. And that music is really annoying. So let's just do a sample. Let's just say there is no ring. There's a dragon. And we'll do a regular dungeon. And now it freaks out. Oh my god, does it freak out. Oh! Oh! And here we are. As you can see, that big green thing is a dragon. It looks better than the dragon from Adventure. And as you see, I can only control one character, and I'm the Phantom. I can walk on walls. I have to hold down the button when I'm going in and out of a wall, and I'm kind of screwed. I have to get down to that arrow on the bottom. Let's see if I can get down there. Oh my god, that dragon wants to kill me. And the dragon got me. Awesome. Awesome. So now we go back to this. You can move them up and down here. Pick up the other controller, can move him around. Nothing really special in here. And then it just waits till you need to use the overlay again because of what happens on the board. So it's kind of it. And then it basically goes, that's the one thing I am missing from this, is an hourglass marker, which was supposed to be here, and just goes around representing how many turns, and it's supposed to be, I believe, up to 50 turns. So that's kind of it with this game. It is very unique for the time period, and it's pretty cool. But that's not the only master strategy game the Odyssey 2 had. Oh no. They actually made... Technically speaking, there was 4. There's Quest for the Rings, which is Dungeons and Dragons. There was a Sherlock Holmes game, which got cancelled, never really made. There was a Stocks game, which unfortunately did get made. And then we have this game. Conquest of the World. Now, like the Quest for the Rings is basically Dungeons and Dragons in a nutshell. This is like Risk in a nutshell. Now this doesn't have as many components as Quest for the Rings, so it might seem a little underwhelming, but it is still pretty cool. So we don't need the overlay. This game does not feature its own overlay, so you might find that to be a little disappointing after playing Quest for the Rings. But it still features a very cool board. Let's take a look at this board. How can we open this? Here we go. So you can see it's the same size as the Quest for the Rings board, which makes sense, but it's got a lot more detail and stuff to it. I mean, take a look at the Quest for the Rings board and take a look at Conquest of the World. Yeah. So this each of the whole world is partnered into different zones. This is Zone 3 with Vietnam, China, North Korea. You can see Zone 7, the Philippines and Indonesia. Go up to Zone 2, Poland, East Germany. And it shows them all represented here. So you're not actually placing pieces and stuff on here, like Risk, but you placing stuff on here. This different colored part. And what do you place on there? You basically use kind of magnets to represent the different players. So yeah, it definitely does seem underwhelming when you compare it to the Quest for the Rings. But it is pretty cool. Instruction manual. So nice, gold, vibrant, nice bright colors and images. And what's cool about this is you can take over tanks, subs, and jets. And there's actually different versions if you're a jet fighting against another jet, if you're a tank fighting against a tank, if you're a sub fighting against a tank. I mean, it's pretty cool like that. Well, Quest for the Rings was like a co-op game where it's two players working together, and you can kind of do it with up to 5 people, each person with a character, and a fifth as the ringmaster. This game is more. This game does require more, like about the same amount of people, but instead of working together, this one's competitive gameplay as you're each trying to take over the world. They are pretty cool to check out. You don't really see something like this nowadays. I mean, nowadays video games can basically create their own board, their own tokens, everything like that within the game. So you don't see games actually coming with a board or with tokens or overlays or anything like that really anymore, because the games can create that. It's kind of unnecessary. But I mean, it is pretty cool to see like there was games to do that. It's just weird to think it was Odyssey 2. Of all the systems, the Odyssey 2 had them. But I mean, to actually recommend playing these games, I wouldn't really think so. I would say if you like this games, there's a lot of fantasy games out there to play. If you like this, if you're interested in this game, there's a lot of Risk games out there, Risk variants out there. So, but for curiosity's sake or anything of that sort, big video game buff, I'd say to definitely check them out for that case. You might be able to get them for about $30, 30 to $50, depending on the condition and how many components it contains. But yeah, Conquest of the World and the Quest for the Rings for the Odyssey